Alright, so we're going to be reacting to a video called America by MacDonald. Now, obviously, guess this is a video he says is going to be like the very last political video or something like that. Like one more video that's political and everyone needs to listen. And he's spoken about his past before and how he views America and how he came here. And it gives him opportunities to do what he does now. He said that he wouldn't be able to do this if he was where he came from. So it's interesting to see that he's making this song called America. And it's all military themed, so I think he's going to have a lot to say. I think we're going to have fun with this one, so let's get into this. I hope you all enjoy. If you do, please hit the like button, subscribe for more, share the video, check out my website. I'm constantly updating it. I put a new podcast up there about if we applied the Great Commission. Very good podcast. I actually got kind of mad, so yeah, let's get into this.
Lately, USA is getting scarier. Half of the Americans I see all hate America.
I mean, I said this before in his last video. I don't believe that half of America hates America. I believe it's a very small percentage. It's just that we see, and it's being pushed out as if it's more than half of Americans. But it's not, okay?
They hate the cops doing their best to take care of us and kneel for the flag and salt the soldiers that we're burying. I'm tired of the pissing and complaining. Why you living in America if all you do is hate it? You think it's brave to take a stand against the nation? Real bravery is dying for the right so you can say it. Dear,
I agree with that. I think that's just common sense. If you hate America, get out. You know, if you want socialism, move to Cuba, Venezuela, Mexico, Russia, China, the Middle East, Sharia law.
America, what happened to Americans? Apparently no one's aware or cares that it's embarrassing. It's arrogance. Our greatest enemy was always slavery and terrorists, and now it's people in the country trying to burn the heritage. I can't help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't Republicans or liberals, it's mental illness. The internet is only interested in left opinions. Cancel culture.
I want to hear that one again.
Trying to burn the heritage. I can't help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't Republicans or liberals, it's mental illness.
Is he like saying like the whole thing of like the having two parties is like a mental illness? Makes us crazy. I can see that. Having two parties is like, I heard this thing and I read it and then I heard someone talking about it. Is that one of the biggest mistakes that someone in a free world can make is elections based off two parties. The moment that the two-party system comes into play is the moment that chaos and kind of a major division starts. And I was looking at that, I'm like, you know what? I see that. I really do see that now. Because it's easy to divide people when there's a two-party system.
The internet is only interested in left opinions. Cancel culture's got more power lately than the first.
You're gonna get hate about that.
If you don't like it, leave. We will not defund police. We don't want no riots in our neighborhoods or in the streets. We respect freedom of speech. We protect what we believe. We don't want nobody dead, so please do not tread on me. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee.
I don't think this song's political. I really don't. I think this is just common sense. I really, if anybody thinks this song's actually political or offensive, I have no idea what to say to you, because this song is just common sense. This is just blatantly saying what America really is. It's people who fund the police. It's people who want freedom of speech, freedom of religion, right to bear arms, and people who just don't want the government to tread on them. You know, it's Americans who want small government, not big government. This is just common sense. This isn't political to me.
Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags.
America, does anybody know what the hell happened to the Patriots? Lately this nation is so ashamed and hating itself. Did everyone forget that people died to pay for this? Ungratefulness, United States gave everything to you just to help. I just want to celebrate Thanksgiving with my family. I don't need your help to understand it was a tragedy. Can I just be thankful for my country eating happily without—
Yeah, I hate it when people do that. I really do. When people like come over and they go like, oh, you celebrate Thanksgiving? Wow, you're celebrating the murder of all the Native Americans. No, we're not. We're actually celebrating basically a time when we got together with the Native Americans and ate with them. Now, there were bad tribes, and if you've actually studied tribes and the Indian culture, many of the tribes in America before we came killed, butchered, slaughtered, raped, and sold each other to different tribes. Okay, so were they all good? No. Were there some good? Yes. So I can see that we got into conflict with the ones that didn't want us to interrupt them with their business. So, I mean, I went to a Indian reservation back in Scouts. This is years ago though. And the Indians came up like thanking America for, you know, what they've done. And that, you know, if they didn't come, somebody else would come. And they're thinking like us because of the freedoms we have and the right to free speech and just how different America is to every other place. So I thought that was very interesting. And they also talked about like how dumb it is, kind of childish it is, and it actually is childish that you have these kids that are born in America but Indian background heritage that are complaining about America. And the Indians that came up and spoke, they were basically saying they're just being childish. They have no idea what they're talking about. So we met some of the Indian chiefs. It was awesome. They gave amazing speeches. It was really cool. And I still got something of theirs. It's like a paper that actually like lays out some of the tribes in America. But yeah, it's...
Don't you trying to guilt me for the genocide and casualties? I can't help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't black or white, it's conflict designed by the system. I don't need your pronouns, all I see is men and women. Kids are taking pills for fun while people can't afford prescriptions. If you don't like it, go. Hate it, then don't call it home. We don't need no violence, got no time.
Never mind. I'm not even... Nope. He's gonna be called a homophobe, isn't he? Yeah, he doesn't care. I wouldn't care either. There's only two genders, male and female. Ooh, I follow science.
Time for all you radicals. Screw your status quo, we're not animals. I won't kneel for the anthem, cause the flag is what I'm standing for. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee.
Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you back your bags.
I like that part.
America, you can hate the government and still love the country. The fundamental values of America are concrete. Republicans and liberals are dumb to put it.
Yeah, I like that. You can hate the government but still love the country. I really understand that. I really do. It's the people that make up the country, not the politicians that constantly lie about everything. So, I mean, it's the people that make up America. It's the working class. It's the people trying to make a difference and raise up the children and be able to allow them a life that's actually well. And it's not the government. I like that. I like that. You can hate the government and still love the country. I like that.
Put it bluntly, they're labels that they use to create chaos and corruption. You can know the history and still be proud of where you're from. Every flag around the world is covered in a little blood. We started out United States, divided is what we've become. If home is where the heart is, you should show America some love.
And to think about that, you know, the whole thing of like when he mentioned like dying overseas, I do believe that, and this is my opinion, I do believe that America has been so blessed. I do believe that we should use our power to either help others and to control certain people. This whole thing with Afghanistan, the terrorists now having weapons of mass destruction, basically. I would say that us being in Afghanistan, there's going to be a lot of people that go against this. But they say they pull out our troops, don't do anything for them. I would say keep our troops there. When you go into the army, you basically sign your whole life and your body to the government, and you do realize that you have the potential of being sent somewhere that you don't want to be sent. That's not, you know, something hard to grasp. When you sign to be in the military or the army, you basically sign your body over. So you being sent to Afghanistan, and a lot of people have been in Afghanistan, and a lot of people in the army, you find all these pictures of them being so happy there. They don't mind being there. They don't care. As long as they're there and they're trying to, you know, bring peace to these people, then I see no problem. And if it keeps the terrorism down and it keeps the terrorists afraid, then I'm all for it. You know, and it's not just for America. It's not just for Afghanistan. It's going to affect everywhere. And that's what I hate about it, is I pull the troops out. Okay, let's watch Afghanistan fall. Let's watch them surrender to a terrorist regime that's going to eventually grow. And then let's watch them go to other places and nations around them and take over their land. And then eventually it's going to reach Europe, which the Muslim Islamic population is growing tremendously in Europe. And it's actually seen to, I would say, it's going to become the #1 religion in Europe. not by choice, but by force, very soon. And then America. When I went to Ukraine in 2019, we went to London before we went, because London was the place we had to stay at, and we had to stay there for 1 day. And I would say about it's either the highest population is Islam, or all the Caucasian and other people are just afraid to come out. Okay, and I'm not trying to be offensive here, but let's be honest. The majority of population in London, when I went, everybody there was Muslim. Okay, they're all walking around, all Muslims. You look at the park, there was a couple normal people. Besides that, all Muslim. And then when we got back from my trip, our spokesman person was talking about London, and they said London has fallen to the Muslims, and he said that America's next, and I kind of believe that.
In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you can say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee.
Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags.
America.
I wonder what the comments are, because that'd be interesting to look at. I won't kneel for the anthem, because the flag is what I'm standing for. You can hate the government and still love the country. Yes. Okay, so this one's interesting here. Very true. America was founded by people who weren't afraid to have a revolution to secure their freedoms. As we continue to have our freedoms taken away from by the government, perhaps revolution would be the most American thing to do. However, inevitably, that'll get spun to attacking America itself. Well, that was America by Tom MacDonald. Again, I'm going to say it. It's not controversial. It's just common sense. Common sense. It's not controversial. It's common sense. I don't know. I think if you want big government or controlled government, you know, I think you're insane. You know, big government, control the government. Everything's controlled. Everything belongs to the government. The government can just come in and do whatever they want, make anything illegal. You got some issues, okay? And people in California are getting a big taste of that. Yeah. Australia. Dude, that guy's from Australia. It was in the comments. Dude, it's either you stand up now or you've completely lost it. I know there's no freedom of speech in Australia right now, but dude, it's getting bad there.